And just like that, May is over. Can you believe it? It's the second to last day of May. This year is totally freaking flying by. I can't keep up with how fast everything is going. It's just a big momentum train. So thank you guys for tuning in. I have some exciting things to go over for this week's team call, but I promise this week we'll keep it brief. The last few weeks has been a little lengthy, and I know you got things going on in your own lives, so I try not to take up too much time. Hey, Veronica. So the first thing I want to do right off the bat is I want to recognize this week's MVP. Unfortunately, she is, this week's MVP is not on this call right now. I don't know where she is. She's new. So last week we recognized Holly as the MVP, OG, top of the leaderboards, always slaying it. This week I want to recognize the MVP, Shonda Smith. So if she's on your team, like, make sure you tell her, too bad, so sad you missed the team call because Marie was shouting you out. Shonda has only been with the company for 1 month, and she's already sold $1,700 in PRS. She is killing it. And I think that that's the kind of motivation, that's the kind of enthusiasm, that's the kind of go-getter spirit that deserves MVP. You don't have to be around the way for a long time. Newbies can win this award just the same as OGs. I want you all to know that hustle recognizes hustle. So when I assign an MVP for the week, it is somebody I see doing the damn thing, showing up for their business. And that's not to say that everybody else isn't. I just like to make sure that I'm spreading the love around and making people feel seen. And Shonda, who has only been in with the company for a month, is killing it. She's already hit yellow. She's already got the fast start bonus and $1,700+ in lifetime sales in just a little over 30 days. It's definitely something to take note of, and I appreciate all the effort that she's doing, and I'm proud of the work that she's done. So I wanted to give Shonda the MVP of the week. So if you know somebody on your team that deserves MVP, you should be messaging me and letting me know, leaders, so that I can be watching and stalking them and making them really uncomfortable by showing up on their lives and talking to them. So yeah, if you have anybody on your team that you think is deserving of the MVP, make sure you shoot me a message, because I would love to make sure we're recognizing the whole team and not just the same old people every single time. So congratulations to Shonda for winning that. Now, for the end of the month, we are literally countdown to magic. Like, this is it. The May mojo is in effect. You guys got to get it done. If you're hunting promotions, if you're on the cusp of getting that car bonus and that first line bonus, it's time to put the pedal to the metal and do the damn thing. One of the things I want to talk about is the Cinderella challenge. So it's an old school method that still applies. And the idea is that you identify 20 people that know you, that love you, that support you, that care about you. And then you ask them if they would be willing, that you're in a challenge, and ask them if they'd be willing to take a look at your website and consider purchasing something for $15. A lip gloss, a liner. You're not asking for too much, but if you're on the cusp, like April right now is only a couple $100s away from maintaining pink. If you're on the cusp, it's okay to really go ham on it and ask your friends and family to support you. So the Cinderella challenge is a great way to do it. You say, I've been challenged. Would you be interested in looking at my website and placing an order for $15? Wait for them to say yes, then send them your link. Don't just spam them. Wait for them to say yes, then send them your link. The first time I did it, I sold $400 myself. Now, that's just the first time I did it. The third time I did it, I sold $120. But it was still $120 in one night that I didn't have before. And when you are $400 away from your goal, $120 is a huge, huge gap to fill. And, you know, if April and Veronica and all of the girls on April's team put that same effort in, they do the Cinderella challenge, they could be maintaining their status, no problemo. So it's the end of the month push. Remember that there's also the prize going on. I just posted it yesterday or maybe the day before. It's the rose gold most powerful women in network marketing embossed notebook and pen. This is why it's important. Not because you need another notebook, because I literally have 50 notebooks in my house. But this one is directly related to your goals. It says on the front, most powerful women in network marketing. It's going to tap you to start to step into the person that you're trying to become, the leader that you're trying to become, the boss babe that you want to be, the person that's got financial freedom, the person that can go to any convention and any trip and any training and not flinch about the cost. Right? So if that is the kind of life that you are seeking, if that is the financial freedom you are looking for, then having a notebook that is labeled with your dream is huge. It's huge. It's a daily reminder of what your focus is. So good. And I made it hard on purpose, because the whole point is that you got to be willing to get in the trenches and do the damn thing. All right, that's the third time I've said do the damn thing. I need to come up with another catchphrase at this point. I'm annoying myself with that one. Okay, so the monthly new presenter training is live. I invited most of you to it. It starts on Saturday, and it'll run the entire month of June. Now, what I expect is that all of you are in it, obviously, and as you add new business partners to your organization, you put them in there, you tell them what it's about. In addition to that, anybody that signed up in May is also welcome to participate. So if you recruited people this month, there were like 5 or 6 people that signed up this month, put them into the group, let them run through the training. What I realized after our call 2 weeks ago, when we went through this new presenter training and you guys all were giving me ideas and tips and tricks, when I went through the current training, it was all there. Everything that you asked me for was already there. The problem is we're not in it every day, so we don't realize what we're guiding our presenters to. And it wasn't a problem with the content, it was a problem with the delivery system. And so what I did was I just took that training, revamped it, added a few star players to give a little bit of extra value in content, sprinkle the love around with other leaders, and then we're just going to run it. And it's going to be something that they get notifications about every day. It's going to keep them more engaged. There are not more than 3 posts on any of the days in the month. So it's not going to feel too overwhelming, I hope. There are days that there's only 1 thing. And some days, most days it's 2. A couple of days there's 3. But I'm telling you, this month of June is jam-packed with new presenter goodness. It teaches them everything, from the compensation plan to understanding your back office to how to reach out to your network marketing with your warm market with scripts. It's got everything I could possibly think of in my 4+ years in this business, plus what you guys gave me jam-packed into 30 days. It's going to be so valuable. And as leaders, the moment you sign one person, you're a leader. I don't want to hear this shit, I'm not a leader. All right? I'm laying down the law. You're not allowed to say anymore, I'm not a leader. The moment one person signs up under you, you have an obligation to them to become a leader. And so as the leader, your only job is to direct them to the well of knowledge, which is this group. Follow up with them weekly, daily if you have to. How is it going? Do you have questions? Do you need anything? Can I help you put goals forth or whatever? That's your only job, is to be their wingman or their wingwoman in their learning process. All right? That's all a leader is. So when we think that these leaders are these big, magnificent, beings, all you got to do as a leader is just be their learning wingwoman. Keep bringing them to the well. Keep showing them where the information is. Keep helping them work through their challenges. That's it. It's not that hard, really. I promise you, being a leader is not that hard. Either that or I totally suck at it and I just think that I'm good at it. No, you guys aren't laughing the way you're supposed to be laughing. Ha, ha, ha. Yes, Marie, you're amazing is what you're all thinking. I know. Okay. And to me, that's what true leadership is. True leadership is just becoming their friend and becoming invested in their success in a way that they may have never had before. Most people do not get the recognition for the work that they're doing. They're working in thankless jobs with non-caring bosses, and they only know how to be a robot when they show up to their 9 to 5. This business is not like that. We shout you out for like even the smallest steps of like qualifying for the month or having $500 in sales or getting your first sale. Like we shout you out for a lot of different things. So that's new for a lot of people, and they don't, like, your job as a leader is just to make them feel seen, heard, and loved. If you can agree to that as a leader, you're going to be thriving ahead of your team. Okay. Okay. On that, using that as a segue, I also have been creating in the works this leadership coaching course. It's going to be a 7-day course. I've already got 4 speakers lined up, 3 purples and a black. They're all going to come in 1 day a week for the 7 days. It's a leadership course for the people that want to become better at being leaders. And they're going to talk to you about all of the different elements about what leadership is, from incentivizing your team, from shouting out your team, to training your newbies, all kinds of different things, all kinds of different topics. It's going to be a leadership crash course, essentially. So if you've been feeling like your team is building some momentum, but when it comes to guiding them, you feel a little bit lost, this is for you, right? If you feel like you got the sales down and your recruiting is starting to take off, but now you're like, and now what? This is for you, okay? If you've got one person on your team and you're like, how do I help this one person, even if it is my daughter? This is for you, okay? So I'm excited about all of these new initiatives. I know for a fact that this business is about helping other people become successful. I don't know if you guys have noticed the shift, but my entire focus has come to the idea that all I care about is you guys winning. I don't care about me. I only care about you. I want you to win. The first pink party will be in July. So if you have any girls on your team that are ready to run, we're going to run our first pink party in July. Okay. I clearly have had a lot going on today, and it's bubbling over. Okay, monthly training, end of month push. Okay, leadership coaching course. That's it for the housekeeping notes. Melanie posted something, one more thing about housekeeping notes. Melanie posted her monthly riddle. I don't know what the kudos is going to be, but you should be hyping it up at this point. You should be sharing it. You should be talking about, oh, the new kudos is coming, especially if, you know, nobody liked this kudos. I did not sell the 8 that I needed to sell. I'm just going to be straightforward with you guys. I could not market this kudos. And that's okay, because true leadership isn't about the specific products. It's about doing what it takes. I still got $2,000 in PRS this month. I only sold 3 kudos. So it's not about what the kudos is, but it's better when the kudos is good. So just get ready. June is going to be amazing. How many of you have lots of points for the cruise? Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys have some of you have way more points than me. There are several people on this team that are going to earn the cruise before me. And I'm a purple status. So if you're earning the cruise before me, you deserve all the recognition. Don't like meekly lift up your hand. Be like, me, I'm going on the cruise. Because there's still so much time left. You guys, for every person you sponsor, you get 500 points. Or you could sell $500 in PRS instead. What do you think is easier? $500 in PRS or to sign one person? You decide that battle. You decide that battle. But signing one person, in my mind, seems a little easier than selling $500. Either way, you still got to skin the same cat. You still got to get to that $30,000 in points. There is still so much time. 4 full months. 4 full months. So if you're thinking like maybe you're close, now's the time where you go all in. Don't wait till the last month to try and work for the cruise. You gotta work for it now in June and July. June and July. That's where the money happens. That's where the magic happens. Don't wait until September. We got to do it now. All right? Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about, and I promise I'm really trying to get through this as fast as I can. One of the things that we learned about, or one of the things that stuck with me rather, at Most Powerful Women, one of the speakers on the stage said, you need to learn to grow your own sharks. What does that mean? I think that most of us are looking to recruit a rock star. We're targeting a boss babe. We want somebody that's going to hit the ground running like a Holly and is going to sell like $5,000 in her first month. The truth is 99.999% of presenters are not that way. So as a mindset shift, we need to learn how to grow our sharks as leaders, starting people from the beginning and pulling them along the way, showing them the path to become a shark. Not everybody comes to this business. Most people do not come to this business knowing how to run a network marketing, home-based, self-motivated kind of business. We are used to being employees. We're not used to being bosses. And so once we take ownership of the success of our teams and everybody has the potential to be a shark, it changes the way your relationship is with them. Okay, so there was a good point of my career where I would lump together, and I even taught my team this. God, I was such an idiot. I would teach my team to evaluate and rank each girl that you recruited. And say, give them like on a scale of 1 to 3. If they're a 1, then they get all your attention. If they're a 2, then give them a little bit. And if they're a 3, they're a kidnapper, and you just like keep it moving. I was stupid because there could have been some sharks in those 2s and 3s that I didn't give any attention to. So do not disqualify somebody because they tell you that they're only signing up for the discount. They don't know what they don't know yet. And they could be sitting on a gold mine, and they could be destined to be the next black status. And it's not our job to get in the way of their success. It's not our job to be the speed bump in their life. It's our job as leaders to be their cheerleader, to be the one person in their corner that believes in them when maybe the rest of the world is throwing shade. Maybe the rest of the world is throwing them slack. Our job is to believe in them. And once you can start to breathe life into girls, once you can start to have them feeling like they could possibly make a go for this, you're going to see them pop off like you could never believe. So your job is to start growing sharks. Stop looking for that rock star and treat everybody like they have the potential to become a shark. Now here's a little add-on to that. You attract what you are. So if you are playing small, and if you are dabbling in this business, and if you talk about this business as if it's just a hobby, the kind of people that you attract to this business are going to want to run it the exact same way that you're running it. So you're never going to attract a rock star by playing halfway. Hustle respects hustle. Like I said at the very beginning, right? So if they're the true runners, the true good people that are like all in, they're only going to go all in with you if they feel like what you're doing aligns with what they want to do. So you have to lead from the front always. This turned into a leadership call and y'all didn't even know. You have to lead from the front. You have to show up. You have to be making the sales. You have to go all in on this business. It cannot be a hobby. It cannot be something part-time. If you want to be black status, if you've thought about it even for a half of a second, you need to do more. I need to do more. We all need to do more. This isn't a lecture. This is me speaking from how I feel in my business. I was sitting at dinner with my husband and I was like, I got to do more. I don't know where I'm going to figure out how to do more, but I'm constantly trying to figure out how to do more. And if you want to attract people, they have to see you doing what they respect from the business, right? You can't post once a week and expect to attract sharks. You're just going to get nothing but seaweed and washed up plastic. That's whatever. You guys know where I was going with that. But ultimately, you attract what you are. So you're not going to get leaders until you start becoming a leader. You're not going to get sales until you start to become efficient at selling. You're not going to get recruiters until you start becoming efficient at recruiters. You are at recruiting. You attract what you are. And if you feel like for even 2 seconds you're not good enough, you're going to attract people that struggle with self-worth. And if you feel like for a second you're not going to be good at leading, you're going to attract a bunch of people that don't feel like they're good at leading. So we need to start stepping into the role and start becoming what we want. It's not what you ask for, it's what you are that you get, right? So your actions are creating an environment to draw things closer to you. And so when you think about who you want to join your team, I want you all to take a little bit of time. This is the homework. Who is the peak candidate, like the prime candidate? The one person that if you recruited them, you'd be like, oh, hell no, my business is about to explode. Like that person. And then the first step is to become that person. You need to be that person to attract that person. Okay? So all of your focus, if you don't feel like you're a good leader yet, if you don't feel like you're good at recruiting yet, if you don't feel like you're good at sales yet, if you don't feel like you're good at selfies yet, if you feel like your lives are terrible, you need to work on you and know that you are going to start to attract who you are becoming, right? You lead from the front. Okay, that's all I had to say this week. Questions? Anybody? How's everything else going? Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Can I ask a quick question about your leadership?
Of course you can.
So I don't have anyone under me yet, but I would love to take part in that. Is that okay? I'm working on it, but is that okay?
100% it's okay. In fact, it's encouraged. Like if you want to grow your skill set, you should be taking every training you can. If somebody's offering you an opportunity and you don't take advantage of it, and then you're looking back and you're like, why don't I have anything? Well, I think it's great that you want to be a part of it, and I would love to have you.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Are we going to do any more makeup classes?
Makeup classes, yes. We are going to do more makeup classes, girls. This month is.
I'm really glad we didn't do one this month because the kudos did suck. I sold 4.
Well, 1, the kudos was not my favorite, but 2, I traveled 3 out of the 5 weekends of the month. I've just been. I don't even know what
I didn't know if we were dropping that or.
No, I don't want to drop it.
No, or we didn't. I don't know.
No, I don't want to drop it. I thought it was a very successful thing. I think it's great to teach our clients how to use the products that they're buying. I think it's amazing to reward them with prizes, and it builds up hype. And it's a wonderful way to promote the next kudos. In fact, let me write myself a note. I should go back into the other classes as soon as the June kudos posts and tell them what it's about. See what I mean?
What is it? What is it?
Tina, you remember back in April and March, we did those classes, those VIP makeup classes, and we talked about the flawless face, and then we talked to them about how to use eyeshadow and stuff in the next one. It's exactly like that. I just couldn't get with the program for this month and make it happen. So next time, like if you guys see me falling off, like message me beforehand, because it's probably not that it's never because I don't want to do it. It's probably because I'm so busy, I just forgot. So like message me if you're like, where's the makeup class? I will probably just cry thinking like I forgot something. But I'm literally juggling. One of the things that Melanie teaches you when you go to Unified, I don't want to spoil all of her good tricks and tips, is that as a woman, as a leader, as a mom, as a boss babe, we are juggling all the time. And the key to success is to realize that some balls that you're juggling are made of glass, and some balls that you're juggling are made of rubber. What does that mean? The valuable ones will shatter. Your kids, your husband, you know what I mean? Your priority. Other balls will bounce. Things like laundry and washing the dishes on time, and like there's lots of different things. You need to go through your life and figure out what's glass and what's rubber. But once you can kind of categorize things as rubber and glass, it helps you prioritize when things get hectic. And they will get hectic. If you're in this business long enough, it can feel like it's like I'm throwing Jello to the wall. I just keep throwing Jello to the wall. I'm hoping it's going to stick. And it is in many circumstances. But as a woman, or as a person, I'm struggling to keep it all together. It takes everything I got to April. I forgot to send her a present for hitting pink last month. Not because I don't appreciate her going to pink. Not because I don't love her hitting pink. It's just because I totally suck.
No, you don't.
And that's when you also have to learn how to give yourself some grace. I'm trying my best. I literally am trying my best. I'm giving you guys all I got. And this is all I can. So hopefully there's some forgiveness on your end. And if I do forget something, like a stupid makeup class, tell me, Marie, where's the makeup class? Or even better, next time, just start the event and invite me to it. All right.
Take the bull by the horns, right?
Yeah, take the bull by the horns. If you see a gap, fill it. If you see
I don't know. I'm having such a problem with Facebook right now.
I know a lot of people have.
Totally wonky. I can't comment on things. I can't like things. I can't see my own timeline. Like, I'm not getting kicked off live. So like, a lot of people are getting kicked off live, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I'm not getting kicked off live, but I can't do anything. I can't message people, nothing. Like, it's horrible. I don't know. And I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, and it's still not working. And then on top of it, my website from GoDaddy is junk because it's not a secure domain is what it's telling me. So anyone who clicks on my site gets an error page. So now I got to call GoDaddy tomorrow and figure out, like, I paid you for 2 years. I branded myself around this website, and now nobody can get through because it's not secure, because your domain is not secure. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
I actually, if I click on my phone, if I click my website, which I put in a post, it'll take me to a page that'll say authentication error. And then if you hit advanced options, it'll say site is not secure. Would you like to proceed anyway? And if I hit OK, it'll take me to my unique page, because I forwarded in GoDaddy my website to go straight to my unique page anytime someone clicked on it. So you should be able to click my site and go straight to my unique page, and it don't work that way because everyone's getting stopped because it's not a secure domain. And I'm
that doesn't make any sense because lots of people use GoDaddy, so it must be a setting. It has to be a setting because I have my site that it goes straight there, and nobody gets that problem.
Mine.
And this has been for the last couple of weeks. People have been having this problem.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the forwarding, like I wasn't forwarding it to the right page. And that wasn't the case, because I took all of that out and re-entered it all in the way that I was instructed and showed, like I watched a YouTube video and Amber was helping me out, and nothing.
Well,
I'm really losing a lot of sales if nobody can get to my site.
Yeah, my Beauty Infusion website is through GoDaddy, and it forwards just fine. So it's got to be something about either your URL or what you paid for, or like maybe there's like an added, like a feature that you gotta, like, I don't know. It's probably, honestly, in my experience with tech stuff, it's one box that you have to check that you didn't. In the whole,
well, I'm gonna just call tomorrow and find out if they can walk me through this, because I paid for 2 years of this domain, so
yeah. I'm sure that they can help you. Let's have a positive mindset about it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm
sure
beyond
that they can
frustrated,
fix it
but
for you. Tech problems always get me frustrated, and it makes me get back.
we don't even want to talk about it. I had to fill out financial aid applications today, and that was a freaking nightmare too. So I'm done with tech. I'm done with computers.
Yeah.
To spend that kind of day. I figured tomorrow will be a better day to call.
Yeah, just take a break, come back at it on the next day, ready to handle it. And we all go through things. Like just to be clear, we all are struggling in some way with all different things. So you're never alone. And it's always a safe space to come to a wife, sister, and tell her, I hope.
I've always felt that.
I'm here for you, girl. Veronica, you had a question?
Well, no, I was going to say that I had that problem before, and what it was is where I had my unique website before, I didn't have it in the right way, so I had to fix it. Like I had it, it's supposed to say unique.com/beauty. So that's what I'm doing. So, and anyway, I wanted to let you know that I'm working on a girl, possibly a second I found today.
Is your TV on? Because it is like taking over your audio and I can't hear you talking.
I'm on both here, so. I said I have a girl I'm working on, and I found another girl by accident today that actually used to do Unique, and she's thinking about rejoining.
That's not an accident. That's not an accident.
You know what? It's crazy. She actually had the same exact last name as me, and I've never ever found that before. It was weird. So we were actually talking about, like, are we related? That was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's never an accident. When the universe brings you somebody that wants to sign up, that's not a fluke. It's not a coincidence. It's things working out for you, and you got to lean into that.
Yeah, I'm definitely. We already talked a couple times about her. It's came up a few times about her rejoining. She went through stuff a few years ago, and now she's in a better place. So she's like, you know what? I was thinking about it, and I said, don't just think, just do it.
Yeah, timing's everything too, you know? Like, look at Rachel. And I mean that with all the love I have in my heart. Rachel signed, she quit, she signed, she backed out, almost quit, and then she went all in. So timing is everything with people. So when somebody says not right now, or when somebody says no, it usually just means not right now.
Yeah, that's my other girl. She does, I went to school with her, and she does reviews on makeup. And I was just like, have you ever tried Unique? And she's like, no. I was just like, well, you do this for a hobby, so why not do it and get paid for it? You know? I mean, you're doing the lives anyway. So
yep.
I sent her the videos, and she's gonna take a look at them in the foundation, and she said she was gonna tell me what she thought.
Good. That's part of the business, right? Like, just keep plugging along.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, you guys, we're gonna get this show on the road. Time to finish out the month strong. April, I know Maintaining Pink is happening for you and your team. You guys are working hard. I can't wait to celebrate you keeping it going, keeping the momentum alive. Like, just keep it going. I was about to say do the damn thing. I'm not saying that anymore. I'm gonna find something else to say.
I always do the damn thing.
I hope you do something amazing this week. Let's plan on a live in the team call this weekend, probably either Saturday or a live in the team page, either Saturday or Sunday, to go over what the kudos is and our strategy for the month. But other than that, I love you guys. Do something amazing, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.